Be honest, how early do you really need to arrive for an international flight? 2 hours, 3 hours earlier? If this is your first international flight, that question can feel way more stressful than it should be. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how early you should arrive for an international flight, why first time travelers should arrive earlier than seasoned flyers, what to do the night before, what to do the day of, and practical tips to make sure you're not sprinting to the airport or worse, missing your flight. Let's go.
Dream vacations start here.
Let's start with the short answer. For international flights, you should arrive at the airport at least 3 hours before departure. And if it's your first international flight, I recommend 3.5 to 4 hours early. That might sound excessive, but I promise you there's a good reason for it, especially if you've never flown internationally before. Here's why arriving early is so important for first-time international travelers. For one, there are more airport steps to go through than a regular domestic flight. International flights often require passport checks, document verification, and sometimes additional security. All of that takes time and is not always predictable. Most airlines now offer the ability to upload a copy of your passport and any other documents that may be required, which will save some time when checking in for your flight, but more than likely, you'll still need to check a bag, and the lines for the bag drop can be much longer for international flights. Another factor is that international flights board earlier than domestic flights, sometimes 45 to 60 minutes before departure. And unlike domestic flights, where if you were to miss your flight, there's a good chance you can catch a later flight, that's not usually the case with international flights, which means missing an international flight can cause you to miss any connecting flights you may have and the headache of rearranging your travel plans. And even worse, depending on the fare type you bought, missing your flight could cost you your ticket and force you to have to pay expensive rebooking fees. Arriving early gives you breathing room and peace of mind. Preparation the night before is really going to be key so you're not scrambling around on the day of your flight trying to get out the door. Here's what you should do. Number one, check your passport. Make sure it's packed in an easy to get to place, and more importantly, make sure it's valid. Most countries require that your passport not expire within 6 months of your travel dates. Number two, make sure you have required visas or travel authorizations. And if you're not sure if you need one, check out this video that I made to make sure that you're covered. Number three, check in online. Even if you still need to check bags, online check-in will save you time. Number four, set alarms. International flights usually depart early or late, so don't risk oversleeping. Number five, pack your carry-on. I have a whole video of what you should pack in your carry-on for an international flight, so feel free to check that out if you need to. But the most important items to pack would be your passport, phone charger, medications, travel documents, and a change of clothes if possible. Number six, confirm transportation. This can be a big stress point, so let's dive into this a little bit. If you plan to drive yourself to the airport, you want to leave some extra time for parking and shuttle buses. Airport parking lots tend to fill up fast. If you're going to be using a rideshare service like Uber or Lyft or even a taxi, make sure to schedule ahead of time if possible and have a backup plan. If you're going to be using public transportation, check early morning or late night schedules and build in a buffer time for delays. If this is your first international flight, choose the most reliable option, not the cheapest. On the day of your flight, you should plan to leave earlier than you think you need to. Traffic, accidents, or transit delays happen, especially in major cities. I would also recommend eating before going through security. International flights are long and airport food lines can be unpredictable. Once you arrive at the airport, go to the check-in lines for the airline you'll be flying with, or if you've already checked in online, head to the kiosk to print your bag tags and then drop off your bags at the bag drop. Make sure to have your passport and boarding pass in hand, as an airline employee will need to check these before accepting your bags, as well as weigh your bags to make sure they are within the weight limit. Once you have completed check-in and checked your bags, it's time to clear security. This process is going to be the same as if you're going on a domestic flight. Be prepared to take out your bag of liquids and any electronics larger than a cell phone and place them in a security bin to be x-rayed. Once you're through security, you'll want to locate your gate, fill up any empty water bottles, and use the restroom. If you have arrived early, you can sit back and relax. And if you would like a full checklist of what you should be doing to prepare for your first international flight, I have a free checklist that you can use. Check out the link in the video description. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with some practical tips for first-time international flyers that will make a huge difference. Number one, screenshot or print your boarding pass to have as a backup. Number two, keep your passport easily accessible. Number three, don't check your passport into a checked bag. Number four, listen for boarding announcements. Number five, don't wander far from your gate. Number six, download the MyTSA app. It'll give you the current security wait times as well as what you can pack in your carry-on and check bag before arriving at the airport. Number 7, ask the airport staff if you're unsure. It's their job to help. And remember, arriving early is never a mistake, especially if this is your first international flight. It's one of the best decisions you can make to start your trip stress-free. If this video has helped you, give it a like and consider subscribing for more beginner-friendly international travel tips. And let me know down in the comments how early you plan to arrive for your first international flight. And if you want to be extra prepared, be sure to grab my free checklist, which you'll find a link to down in the video description. Thank you so much for watching. Safe travels, and I hope to see you again in a future video.